Yeah, question.
Okay. Do you feel that your captains truly lead the team on and off the court?
Yeah, I think so for the most part. I think, with dealing with kids this age, that you run into immaturities here and there. I think on the court I have some true leaders. I think off the court, most of my girls are doing the right thing and leading by example, not only to their teammates but to other students around campus. So yeah, I think so. Next question. Yes, you in the back there.
Coach King, going into the game, do you have any concerns about the depth of your team?
Well, certainly when you've lost 2 and possibly 3 players to injury and 1 to transfer, it cuts into your depth a little bit. But I think the younger players really have stepped up here in the latter part of the season. I think they've really grown as players. So depth, wow, it's a little concerning, but I think the more we work at things, the harder the girls work. The depth is not going to be too big of an issue for us. So going into this game, I was a little more so worried about depth for the circumstances of this game because I knew I had 3 of my girls that were going to be exiting, leaving the game early. But overall, no, not really worried about the depth. Next question. Yeah, right here, front.
Coach King, how do you think Fairview will respond on Wednesday in a rematch of a regular season game which y'all won?
Well, yeah, certainly it's. They always say it's tough to beat a team twice in the same year, and we played Fairview game 1 of the season, first game of the year, so it's hard to judge going off just that. But no doubt they have improved over the course of the season, just like us. So I'm looking forward to the game on Wednesday. Just to see how well the teams have improved since the first game. It's interesting to having played them the first game of the season and we'll play them the last game of the season. So it should be a good matchup. Should be a fun game. So I'm looking forward to it on Wednesday. Yes, sir, right here.
Coach, it seemed as though the game was never out of control for you and your team, but you didn't really get off to a hot start like the last time you played Deerlake. Is that of any concern looking ahead to Wednesday's game against Fairview?
Well, yeah, last time we played this Deerlake team, we got off to a pretty quick start, scoring in bunches. This game didn't go like that for whatever reason. I think we just weren't hitting easy shots. We probably could have been a little more patient, gotten a little better shot selection. Moving forward to the next game, it's just a matter of being a little more patient, being, just moving the ball around into higher percentage shots, and that's it. So no, I'm not really concerned about that. Next question. Yes, ma'am.
Coach, I noticed that 3 of your starters exited the game at halftime and were not there for the 3rd quarter, but then they came back in the 4th quarter. What was going on there?
Yeah, we had 3 of our starters. They're involved in band here at the school, and they had a concert to go to. And so at halftime, they left the game in full basketball uniform, got down to Godby High School in time to play their part in the concert, the band concert, and actually made it back to the game for the 4th quarter. I wasn't expecting that, but they came busting in the door excited to be back and ready to play. And when I got an opportunity to plug them back in, they were ready to play. So it was funny, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did, that they got to do both things. So little bit of a scheduling issue there, but it turned out to be not that big of a deal. So, any more questions? Yes, sir, back there.
Coach, why the lineup change for the starting 5?
Well, I just switched one thing up. That was putting Townsend in for Dawson. Townsend's a little bit more energetic, and I thought I've just tried to see what her energy starting the game might do for us. So we'll see how it works going forward. I don't know if that's something that's going to be permanent. Of course, we only have one more game left, so we'll see. But it was just a little change just to see if the energy level would pick up to start the game off. Yes, ma'am.
Coach, how do you think that your team has grown throughout the season?
Oh, tremendously. From the beginning of the season till now, individual players have improved a great deal. The team as a whole have actually become a team. It's been really neat to see the growth from every single one of the players. But also as the team goes, the growth is there. It was very apparent, especially after last night's game, which was a solid team win. The girls that had to step up and play more minutes than they're used to did a great job, and they came in and they knew what they were doing. Some players scored last night that hadn't had an opportunity to score all season long. When you're as a coach, when you're able to take players and just plug them in, and there's no real talent drop from coming off the bench, that's a good thing. It's a luxury for me to be able to do that. So I think overall the growth of the team has just been tremendous, and I couldn't be more proud. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am. Last question here.
Do you feel like the referees made better calls compared to past games?
Well, I try not to comment too much on the refereeing of games. It's a tough job, and it's a thankless job. Everybody is against them. Last night, obviously, there weren't as many calls. There were a few that just kind of raised my eyebrows at, but it comes with the territory. When you play basketball and when you coach basketball, you just got to deal with stuff like that. You're not always going to have perfectly called games. Dick Pavetta's not out there, so nobody is a professional referee out there. It's not high level stuff, so you kind of deal with what you got. And last night wasn't bad at all, especially compared to past games. But all right, if that's it, thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it.